When I started using Mana, I was like, it's just an app, and I was scared, but then I came to know that it's safe. Now, after using Mana, my observations time or my learning cycles time is half.
I think the team's initial reaction to introducing Mana was great. Another platform, another app we need to use. You know, it's going to actually be more work, and I think slowly getting used to it, they've realised how beneficial it is.
Over 90% of our educators are from diverse backgrounds with English as a second language, and so ease of accessibility and that kind of language support, breaking down that language barrier, makes a world of difference for our team.
Sometimes we couldn't think of words that we need to use in English because we don't think it's accurate. With Mana, we can talk in our own language. You don't even need to type in because it costs a lot of time. You can just talk through Mana and then it will translate into English, and it makes us sound more professional and easier for the parents to understand what we're saying.
Documentation is one of the major challenges we face. I have around 40 children in total, so that means I have to create 40 times 4 per term. Yeah, that's a lot of documentation, but because of Mana, I achieved it for last few terms.
We are confident that we can do on time all the paperwork because we can take help from Mana, and whatever we need, like learning cycles or curriculum, it always gives suggestions what to plan next and what could be the child's goal for the next term.
The child is going to school, so we focus on the 5 model skills for that child. But then the Mana suggests another activity that could support 5 motor skills as well as that emotional regulation. For example, coloring, or for example, tracing along the lines that can also calm a child down.
For myself as a centre manager, I think before Mana you'd be asked, I guess, a million questions a day about how do I do this, or is this good enough, is this written well? Compared to other, I guess, AI models, it doesn't just answer the questions for you, it coaches you through them. So with features like Coach Sue, I find that the educators learn as they go. You can see that difference from where we started and where we are now on how our educators have learned with the program.
I think having Coach Sue as kind of that mini assistant is great. I'm a mum, I work 4 days a week. I do a lot more than just educational leader, and I guess sometimes it helps with those questions that I don't have the answers to or can't think on the spot straight away. You know, like we have a lot of educators who used to complain that before Mana kind of existed that they're doing so much work from home and, you know, their 2 hours a week isn't enough and you're trying to, you know, do the right thing and find them more time. But since then, you know, I don't really have any educators working from home anymore or having that stress, and they're able to relax, enjoy their social life, enjoy their family time, which is really great.
Like we get more time to spend with the children, like we don't have to stick with the iPad thinking and typing and thinking about grammar.
But I can see, I guess from an external view, that parents actually are more involved in their learning. So I guess because Mana explains their learning, explains where they should be at developmentally, parents are more inclined to make a comment.
I've noticed some of the parents do think our profession, you watch my child, is child care. It's not a learning setting for our children, you're just looking after our children.
I'd love for them to understand that our educators are professionals. They're not glorified babysitters, and at the end of the day they're putting sometimes more time in with their children than their own, and so those efforts should definitely be recognised.
I feel like this is a very honourable job. I love my job desk.
Mana allows them to have confidence within themselves, and I think that's the biggest take home, is that a lot of educators lack confidence. You know, they think they're not good enough. I think using Mana, you know, rebuilds their confidence that they can do this, they know how to do this, they're just as good as everyone else.
Having that constant kind of training and support for our educators is a great way for them to continue to reflect and grow and create, I guess, better learning environments for our children and our families.